You know, that movie that was based on a movie, based on a novel. Yeah. Oh, you wanted more. It absolutely sucked. Let me explain why it sucked. Alright. Number one, story. Non-existent. The whole time they set this whole story up. Oh, it's going to be a great story, great story. Beginning of the movie. Spoiler alert. Um, Co-workers that are having an affair decide to show up at their job early. So instead of really basing it in a way that would make sense, oh hey, we're gonna make it more like this. Alright. So then they go through the story, they go to the airport, and all the main characters just meet each other. No, there's no surprise, there's no well, this person is staying here because this happened and da 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 da. You know, I understand it's Hollywood, and before I get comments going, but yeah, it's Hollywood. Shut up. Number three, there was no antagonist. I mean, in the original movie, if you've seen the original, which by the way is better than this dingleberry douchebaggery, he comes up, the antagonist, the Antichrist, comes up as a politician in the original movie. He's backed by two bankers. And what happens is in the original story, he's telling everybody that, you know, there's the 10 kingdoms with the rulers, they're gonna da 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 da. And he goes and he kills the bankers, and he turns around and says, well, one was a murder, then it was a murder-suicide. None of that was explained! Let's see what else. Oh! The rapture. Alright. The rapture part. Which was it was supposed to be the big flash, the big reason the whole movie was based around. Really didn't make it that dramatic. I mean, there were some dramatic parts, which I will admit there were some, but it wasn't really up to what I liked. It just didn't make any sense. There was stuff there that made no sense, like the brother and sister. The brother gets raptured, by the way. Big spoiler alert. If you haven't watched the movie yet. But he gets raptured. She stays behind. The mother gets raptured. Another big spoiler. What do you do? Excuse me. Drank a Pepsi. But going on, nothing really made any sense. It was a 2-hour movie. In a 2-hour movie, you're gonna tell me that you can only fit this much info, and you're gonna make everybody meet each other, make it a faster course. It made no sense. So the rapture happens, and now there's a scene after that where they had just made the U-turn. Nicolas Cage's plane, he does a U-turn over the Atlantic. He's heading back. Well, okay, that's great, hunky dory. And all of a sudden there's another plane, so he banks to let the plane get past. Plane clips the number 4 engine, catches on fire. That's normal. They pan into the cockpit of the plane that clipped the engine, and all of a sudden, all it was empty. They didn't explain what happened to the passengers, didn't show the passengers, then blah 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 blah. And you see it as it's descending through the clouds. And one of the things they really didn't make a lot of sense on was the Buck Williams character, who had a digital recorder, digital video camera, was recording this, and he was recording it as it was going down, and he saw the plane explode because you see the big flash, you see the flames, blah blah, and it really didn't make a lot of sense. Well, okay, I can understand this. But what they really shouldn't have touched upon until like maybe the second movie was the rapture part. Exposing the rapture. Because here's how they exposed the rapture. There's a little person, he sees one of the other passengers' bags, he goes in, he sees a Bible. Well, an Asian person goes, well, by the way, I've been reading the Bible and I believe this is the rapture. And at the end, big spoiler alert! The daughter is depressed. She lost her mother, brother, father's up in the air. He has no way to land because all the runways are shut down, planes are trashed, blah blah blah. And she's getting ready to commit suicide. Smart. So we'll just commit suicide. All of a sudden, as the plane's descending, it comes over the top and she sees it. Well, they set up this whole big thing where she blows up a generator to help her father land. They land, they get off the plane. Spoiler alert! And they're looking at the city, and the city looks like a bomb hit it. Nothing made sense in this whole movie. 2 hours and it made no sense. And people are like, oh, it's the greatest movie. No, it wasn't. Guys, it wasn't. It was better left as the original, and they could have kind of pushed forward with a fourth movie that went after what happened at the start of World War III and the third one. But again, who knows what they're going to do. So, this has been Dave from Dave's World, signing off.